welcome to the Squadcast on this glorious Tuesday night here in Gardena, California. Start it on, just talk.
No, I turned it off for a reason.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone? No?
What?
Well, so that's why I left the microphone off, and now you're.
Oh, because I had my headphones on, because I couldn't even hear you at all.
That's what you screwed up.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, how's it going, man? I'm just gonna. I'll pass over.
Just pass over.
It's
Yeah, whatever it is.
It's a conversation for a different time. That's a Patreon conversation.
That's an off-air conversation.
Oh, we could talk about that thing on Patreon, I'd imagine, if we ever did want to get.
Yeah.
Which we will. We promise.
Yes.
Don't unsubscribe.
Eventually. But that smooth, sexy voice you hear on the other side of
Still sounds high pitched to me.
No, man.
Is all right? I'll take smooth and sexy. I'm gonna try to minimize my ums today. I listened to the last episode. Crazy.
Someone pointed it out to me, and I can't not hear it anymore.
When I take, you can all look. Hi, Chris. You can tell when I've had time to do notes for the show because there's fewer ums and uhs because I don't have to stop to think as much, and I can just pull from my notes. It's much easier. Last week, no notes, no prep time, so a lot of ums and uhs. But today I got a little bit in, so it should be a little bit better. But hi, how are you all doing? Edward, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, sir.
Yeah?
We're here. I'm
Week 3, baby.
week 3 back.
We're on a roll, bitch.
back to back to back, sir.
We're akin to when the Galaxy were good, and we're akin to making the playoffs 3 years in a row,
Right.
Just by showing up here.
Just showing up.
We're halfway there.
Yeah.
Halfway there.
Look, half the job is just showing up.
It
We
appears.
can talk.
It's easy.
We can talk for 2 hours, and it's
Easy money.
Yeah.
Can we make it anything that someone understands? There's the real challenge.
Or care about.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. We can't do anything to affect that. That's up to you guys.
I mean, we have people who yell at us because we like to catch up and talk for like 10 minutes of a 2-hour podcast about what we've been up to in our lives.
Yeah. I was going through the reviews on my iPad, and it said, there's my first one. I saw the review that guy has where he's like, you have to fast forward to the first 15 minutes because all they talk about is they're just bullshitting each other, and then they just talk about the Galaxy. It's like, well, dickhead, it's a Galaxy podcast.
That's literally what the show is supposed to be.
For two people who don't see each other or really talk to each other during the week.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to say hello. Yes, I'm going to make fun of Ed, and he's going to make fun of me, and we're going to, lovingly stare into each other's eyes for a little bit. If you don't like it, there's many other either Galaxy or non-Galaxy podcasts you can listen to.
You could say there's many more. Many more.
Ed was listening to 50 Cent before we started.
Chris was listening to 50 Cent, and I just happened to be in the same room.
Wish Def on me. Yeah, well, you were listening to it.
Oh,
I was multitasking.
As the kids say, I was vibing to it.
You were vibing. You were in your feels.
Yeah.
Right?
Just watching 50 Cent recreate his near-death
experience. It was like, it's the journey
Yeah.
he took to getting shot, which you really have to respect a man who has so few problems with his own history in the streets that he would not only put it in a song, but then put it in a music video and allow himself to get, at least air quotes shot in that video. So, talented man, that 50.
Yeah, to have that your triggering event and be like, I'm just going to put it on a video that's going to be played millions and millions of times.
That's what he's telling you, sir. He
Yeah.
doesn't get triggered. You guys get triggered. He is 50. He don't care.
Fine.
He don't care.
He's cool.
He's a mogul.
Yeah.
He's a well, he says he's not a mogul. He's a rapper who produces TV shows. Because when you're a mogul, people they hold you to a standard. But if you're a rapper, you can say whatever the fuck you want. That's why I'm a podcaster. Does that work? Podcasters get in trouble? Yeah. Well, there's that one guy who's super in trouble right now.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about him because we're hoping to get put on his network someday.
And then we almost got canceled a couple times.
You guys did. Well, no, you can't cancel someone who doesn't care. That's why you couldn't cancel Ben. You couldn't cancel you. You can't cancel me now. I cared back then. I don't care about much anything today. But there's the week. Hi everybody. It's going to be that kind of show. It's going to be great.
How was your week, sir? What's going on in your neck of the woods, sir?
No matter how bad I was, I'm great now. Gilbert's in the live chat. I'm good.
Oh, Gilbert.
Life is good, man. Everything's looking up.
Gilbert, we miss you. We love you.
Always welcome back.
We know you're working hard, sir. Getting that Bezos money.
Yeah, it's sick
Get it,
Bezos
son.
money.
Get it.
My week was okay. And we had Laura's service on Saturday.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. I mean, that's what you want in going. Because we're all going to go. I'm not breaking any news here. We're all going to go someday. That's what you want. if you're going. Like, you want people to just, my God, she must, in the world we didn't see, she must have been a hell of a
people
woman.
that were there. I mean, that's how, like, there's always saying, like, you're loved by the amount of people who show up to your funeral.
I hope that's not true, because I'm hoping very few people show up to mine.
I'll tell Denise, like, look, keep it private so I don't get disappointed in the afterlife.
You think you'll be able to? You think you won't have larger problems at the time than how many people showed up to your service? I'm
a narcissist, man. What can I tell you?
All right. I assume no one's going to show up. Like, not no one, but I assume very few people would show up to mine.
Right.
But I have no real. It's tough to have a barometer on your own, like, your effect on other people and how they feel about you. Like, I assume everyone hates me because I hate me. So why wouldn't they hate me? Like, it makes the most sense. But I know all the reasons they should hate me.
Yeah, and then who knows in like 50 years when hopefully we're 80 and 90 when we go, and we affect more people's lives than. I'm
fairly certain I'm going to slide around like late 50s. I think that's probably about the cap on my existence. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get a little fitter. Although my look in this YouTube stream is not looking great for me right now. I got to get back to the weights tomorrow. But I assume I got late 50s or so. So I got a little bit of time to turn this boat around.
Got longer than that, sir.
I don't know. Things keep going the way they're going. I got a couple weeks, and we got
to live like we don't got tomorrow. So
every day,
appreciate it.
Don't text and drive, ladies and gentlemen.
No, don't text and drive. Love, hug your people. Tell them you love them.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow's not promised.
Main message I got out of that service is like, it's all short. It's super short, and it's way shorter for some people.
Yeah.
And it's way longer for some other people, but it might be short or long for you. You have no idea. So keep trying to make the most of those days.
Any like that petty, BS that you're holding on to, just let it go.
Oh, I can't do that. You remember Metallo from Superman, where he's got like a kryptonite heart? He's got like kryptonite rock heart, and it powers his robot body. That's how I run on pettiness. Like, I gotta hold on to that petty, and it fuels the engine, Edward.
Now let it go, man.
I'm trying.
Just like Elsa, bro. Let it go.
Yeah, but Elsa's she's not the brightest person in the Disney universe.
Oh, man.
Which one is Elsa? Is she the queen or the other
the queen?
Sister? Oh yeah, I mean, she's all right. She's going through a lot of shit.
She's got some demons, man. She's got some skeletons in the closet.
She just wanted to be left alone. Yeah. Who can't understand that? Can you imagine? Say you had the ability to freeze people in place and you wanted to be left alone. How many more people from that frozen world don't make it?
Oh, it wouldn't just be like the water that got frozen. People would be like,
if I'm Iceman, you're all gone.
Yeah.
How come none of you once like banged on the door to come help me? There's one girl. Everyone else who works in that castle never bothered her once. Just her sister comes in to help. All of y'all it's an origin story for a supervillain.
Well, yeah.
They're lucky it worked out.
Well, she kind of was the villain in that story too.
Nah, that big white dude is. Spoiler. But the guy who sings that one song with the sister and then suddenly gets placed in charge of the entire kingdom.
Yeah.
Because the sister is going to go off and find her sister, not any of the knights or rangers in the kingdom. But she's like, oh, I haven't looked face to face with my sister in 10 years, but it's cool, guys. I haven't been let out of the kingdom or out of the castle for 10 years, but it's cool, guys. I got it.
Because there had to have been like a head of security.
Someone. There has to be someone.
There had to be somebody.
There has to be someone who's equipped to do it, except for her. There's not a hunter. There's not anyone. I'm not saying, look.
Like a mayor? Like.
Well, they're the royals. Like, they're the bosses of the mayors.
I know. It's got to be somebody. Like a town council or like a representative of town.
You know what we're learning right now? If they actually went out like that, there's some government head of a very large, kind of shady country in their region that probably would have taken them girls out. Realistically, like you can't have two heads of state just wandering through the forest on a personal bickering argument, and no one in the whole of Disney is trying to take them out. It makes the story unbelievable.
Yeah,
ice powers, totally in on. Talking snowman, totally in.
Totally cool.
My only problem is that the two girls from Frozen weren't almost immediately assassinated by a head of state of a rival head of state. That guy, the short one that is all angry. I can't remember his name. How come that guy didn't take a shot?
The Ed of the Frozen universe.
I didn't say it. I wasn't gonna say it. I would have said Ben, but I'll take Ed. Ed works.
Yeah. All right, man.
Fredo's like, it's a Disney movie. That's why she wasn't.
No,
that's why she wasn't assassinated.
It's life. All right.
It is
real
for,
life.
Look, Fredo, there are adults who spend their free time at Disneyland, and it is definitely real life. I'm not naming anybody. I'm not naming a single person, but there are definitely adults who spend infinitely too much time and money at Disneyland, where it is.
Hey,
I just found out Toontown's getting redone.
It's not your money.
It's not. It's not my money, my time. I couldn't care
happiness.
less. Yeah, I couldn't care less. Yeah, well, I could use some if you don't let me borrow.
Well, you got to open that heart, man.
Let me borrow a feeling.
Nice. Anyways, let's get back on track. Talking Galaxy. We got a little bit of Galaxy news.
Huh? Oh, we're talking Galaxy now. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're getting into that real world. We're going to go into the fake world of the Galaxy. The one that brings us happiness every now and then.
Yeah, brought me happiness.
Yeah. We got some stuff updating. If you guys aren't following the Ghost Ultras on Twitter, at Ghost Ultras, they gave us an update on what's going on with them and the front office. They posted, we had a meeting with the front office tonight, and everything went really well. We are starting the process to become an officially recognized group with the Galaxy. We will have more details as things develop. Safe travels to everyone heading to North Carolina. Hashtag LA Galaxy.
It's right here for North Carolina. Every single time. Do you not know the words of the song? Erica knows this because every time she mentions North Carolina, I'm like, for Petey Pablo, baby. All
Take
day.
your shirt off.
Twisted around your head, spinning like a
helicopter.
Who am I? Petey Pab, motherfucker. Swearing. Sorry, children.
There's no children. Oh,
there's Gilbert. Gilbert is my forever child, man. I love that man.
I saw some pictures of Gilbert the other day where it's like we had his like birthday cake for him when he was like 17. Just like the babiest of faces. Aww. All like skinny.
So much joy and promise in life and in the world before before the world just took it away from him.
Now he's all fat and.
Is he fat? Did he gain weight again?
No. He lost a lot of weight.
How dare you?
I'm just Gilbert's like the little brother I never had.
He is your little brother. I don't know if you two are willing to accept this yet, but he is your little brother.
Yeah.
You two are familia.
Family.
Right?
You're
the family madrigal. Going back to Disney, baby. Encanto all day.
We're out here with that stuff, man. So good luck with the Ghost Ultras. It's always good to see that the Galaxy are working with their fans to, still create that atmosphere that we've come to learn in the last couple of years with them.
I would imagine them being recognized as an official supporters group is going to clear the way for a lot of these issues and a lot of these problems. And I don't know if they're still on board with this banning of the word ghost and ultra, which still seems pretty ridiculous. How do you have a recognized supporters group named Galaxy Ghost Ultras was it Ghost Ultra Galaxies? I know it's GG. Yeah. With still having those words banned, so I assume that's getting smoothed over as well. But good on them. Get recognized as an official supporters group. I know part of it you enjoy not being recognized officially by the club, but it makes a lot of problems go away.
Yeah, you get them bennies, man.
You just need the benny. Look, you got to deal with being an official supporters group like once, and then you get all the benefits every single week that you have to go. That makes everything else you're trying to do better and bigger, which is how you get more people into your group, which is how you expand further and further. I still would love to see them go up to the rafters. I understand the whole V Block thing, and I would imagine the Galaxy would be very, very interested in keeping them in V Block because that's an important tool for what the Galaxy are trying to do.
Well, now they have like the away section up there now, up in the rafters.
Move in the middle, move in the right. I mean, I would like to see them in the 200s. I can understand them not going there. I can understand them staying in V Block. Just personally, as someone who doesn't have anything invested in it, won't go up there, doesn't have a stake in it, doesn't ride with the Ultras and all that.
And it's also where they, formed and started, and they've been for years now. So,
but also much akin to the Galaxy trying to move Lars to the V Block. Who the fuck am I to tell them where to go? I can say, hey, here's where I personally would like to see. I wouldn't even necessarily like to see the Ultras up there. I would like to see a supporters group spawn out of the 200s. I think they can do a lot up there. But it doesn't necessarily need to be them. It's certainly not my place to say the Ultras should move up there.
Yeah, I feel like you had a lot of casuals up there in the rafters that would make noise.
That gets going, yeah. But I would like a nice family friendly, like young kid, something like no disrespect, something like the way the Galaxians were probably 10, 15 years ago when they were just more trying to get younger people in and younger kids in. And it was in comparison to what Lars was 15, 16 years ago. The Galaxians were where you would more likely want to sit with your kids and your family. Bring your mother to a game. You could sit with the Galaxians and have that atmosphere. I would like to see something like that up in the 200s. But again, I'm in Lars, so that ain't my place to say. That's other people's seats.
So good luck to them. Hopefully all the things go well. So good luck to all our homies over there at the Ghost Ultras. So moving on, we got some rumor alerts, man. I wish Ben was here. We can play the.
I like with that Adele song. That's Adele, right?
Oh, rumor.
Rumor has it. That one. Oh, 2 bites at the apple. Okay, I was good for one.
Well, there's like the 2 vocal tracks in that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Listen to the song again, man. Whatever.
Yeah, Pharrell breaking it down for me. I was good on the 1 bars that you had, but we can keep it going.
It is being speculated, rumor, if you might say, that the one Sergio Ramos, who will be out of contract in the summer, is rumored to the LA Galaxy.
Yeah, that's the word.
That's the word on the street, son.
Oh, too far.
Too far?
Too far.
This
is the problem. It's only too far when you just finished going in on a second bite at the Adele song.
Okay.
And then to come back and be like, nah, I'm gonna try to make it happen. Yeah, that's where you just got to give a window between each.
Well, I went like 50 and then Adele, and then I tried to bring it back
50,
to 50, but
you can't. It's too quick.
Yeah.
It's too quick.
Okay.
50 can do it. I think 50 Cent could make that move.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think it's going to 50 Cent from Ed Rodriguez is too much of a stretch.
Okay.
And then you rubber band it back to Adele, which is, if we're honest, a little more your speed. And then so I'm like, all right, well, he's comfortable. And then you stretch back out and I'm like, all right, now I'm worried where the next one's going to go. The next one's going to be way too far.
It's Tuesday night. Anything can happen.
It's good to see you, sir.
I know. So what do you think, man? Sergio Ramos to the Galaxy. Apparently we have the TAM money to pay him that max TAM, but what do you think? Is it worth spending $1.6 million on someone who has seen very, very limited minutes on a team that he thought he was going to be starting every game? And
well, it was ridiculous for him to think he was starting.
Trying to get that extended contract over at Madrid, and
who's there?
Still get be the captain over there.
He thought he should still be the captain of Spain, but Sergio Ramos is what when you think of a European footballer, not a soccer player, and we still, for the most part, have soccer players in Major League Soccer and in MLS. When you think about a footballer, like Sergio Ramos of course he believes he should be the captain of Spain. Of course he believes he should be the captain of Real Madrid. Of course he thinks he should. I mean, PSG has assembled one of on the field, one of the best teams. I'll say in a long time. I won't say in history, but in a long, long time. Even if it's not working and he's not playing a part in that. Why wouldn't you? You guys got like 600 appearances for the guy's like 600 appearances. I wrote it down. He has he's got where is it? I wrote it down here somewhere. He has 671 appearances for the largest sporting institution in the known history of our species. Of course he thinks he should start every single game. But it's still at a team with Kimpembe and Marquinhos and big players playing in defense for Paris Saint-Germain if you like European soccer. If you don't, quick history lesson, PSG, whole lot of money. Not big money, but a lot of money. They're doing okay for such
not Newcastle money.
For such a small money club. The young men are doing okay. They're working on something, they're doing okay. They're showing a blueprint for some slightly larger clubs you guys will see really soon. Does it make sense? Not really. Kind of going through the rostered players we currently have is a point we've brought up several times. We've spent TAM money recently on Derek Williams. We spent TAM money on Koulibaly. We spent, if rumors are to be believed, we're spending TAM money on Zavaleta as a defender. Nick DePuy, if we're honest with ourselves, has played his way into a starting role. Although because of how cheap he is and the fact that he probably doesn't expect to start, you would imagine he's a first defender off the bench. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But it's Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos,
man. Yeah.
Like, I'll pay him even if it doesn't work. Even if it doesn't work, it's Sergio Ramos. Like I'd love to see Sergio Ramos in the Galaxy for 1 year, year and a half, 18 months. He'll be the best defender in the league. Whether he can stay healthy,
That's
is the
the
question.
issue, yeah.
Whether
That's the issue.
whether he can not get red carded is an issue. Whether he's gonna choke a referee for calling a foul he doesn't believe is a foul, or he completely shits on the league. Yeah, that's a question. Ability? A guy could be 60. He's going to play better than most defenders in Major League Soccer. He's got the mind to be a better defender than most defenders in Major League Soccer.
It's like
all defenders.
It's the question of like, why would you not bring him in if you're not paying him DP money?
Yeah,
you have him at a TAM. Like, why would you not bring him in?
Zlatan was really hurt. Like for I think the first time in his career really was facing injury issues and concerns before he came to the Galaxy. And you saw the difference in the gulf in class and quality between Zlatan and everybody else. The question is going to be whether they can stay fit. The question is whether they can stay motivated and whether they're not going to disrespect the league, or because I don't really get at this stage of my life, I don't care if people are disrespecting MLS. I've made that mistake enough. Ashley Cole taught me about that. A guy disrespected the league back in the day. Hey, can you play left back? That's what I need you to do. I don't really give a shit whether you like MLS. I don't care whether you want to go to the beaches. It's irrelevant. Can you play left back? For Sergio Ramos, can you play center back? Because the one problem we're going to have this year is defense. The one problem we're going to have is defense.
That's clear. And we'll talk about that game too.
So if he can marshal the back line and play more of a sweeper and not running a ton, hey, I'm okay with that. He's still a dead ball taker. He scored 11 goals in the 2019-2020 season for Madrid. The biggest issue right now is he can't really stay healthy, but he can't stay healthy enough to get into PSG's team. He's going to stay healthy enough to stay into the Galaxy's team. And he may not stay healthy enough, but when fit, he's the first name.
Right.
And I talked to I originally, when I saw the link, I was like, well, this is ridiculous. There's no way this could happen. And I started thinking about it. I started mulling it over. What's your feelings on it? Because I'm hoping you're opposed.
No, I'm really not. I thought about it in the morning. I'm like, oh man, would I really want a 35-year-old defender who hasn't gotten minutes? Yeah, I was talking myself into it because look, it's Sergio Ramos. In MLS, he would be the best center back,
best defender in the league
by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
You're not paying him a DP salary.
Yeah, the rest shouldn't even matter.
It shouldn't matter.
Yeah, the rest shouldn't really matter.
It's a chance you should take. Literally everyone in this league would jump on that opportunity.
Well, also look at it this way. He's a TAM player, right? If you sign him, you're sending a TAM player to the bench. You're sending Koulibaly to the bench, or you're sending it's probably Koulibaly, but you're sending Sergio plays on that right side, so it's where Koulibaly most likely plays.
I'm okay with
or Koulibaly, whatever they're calling him.
I just go Sega.
Sega, yeah. It's where he would play. So you're just putting a TAM player on the bench. Here's where I talked myself into it. Look at it this way, Ed. If I can try to sell you on it.
Sold.
Yeah. He's like, I just want the jersey. Yeah,
just in jersey sales alone.
Jersey sales ridiculous. In
you're making your money back.
Getting eyeballs on the league. Because Chicharito's he's not doing it. I think we had 900,000 for this last game, the home opener against the league champions on national television.
Oh no, it was like 190
or something. It was something low, something bad
on ESPN.
This is
like,
this is how I was able to talk myself into it. And I do believe it's what they're trying to do. If you're genuinely attempting to load up for 1 year to get your picture, to get Chicharito as the captain of the Galaxy. I don't know that he would still be captain with Sergio Ramos, but Chicharito's captain of the Galaxy. Apparently my phone's about to fall off the table. Appreciate you, brother, because I do not have a case on it. Going raw dogging today.
My mom just texted me saying, "What's a TAM player?"
I love it. Tell her.
And you just said the word raw dogging, which
She knows what's up. Not from me, but from your old man. You know, she's been around.
Explain TAM to my mom.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say explain raw dogging to my mom.
God, no.
No, I would never do that. TAM is a mechanism in Major League Soccer called targeted allocation money.
This might be, it's always someone's first time listening to podcasts,
said, right? Every comic is someone's first comic. Yeah. TAM is targeted allocation money. It's a mechanism in Major League Soccer to allow you to sign players at a salary or past the designated player threshold without them being one of the three designated players. So within, I think it's 1.6 million, you're able to, as long as they're making less than 1.6 million, you're able to buy that down so that they don't become a full designated player. You just need a lot of targeted allocation money to do it if they're a designated player.
Basically, sum it up, it's MLS like monopoly money, funny money that you can use
to a specific thing.
To specific players who are paid more than your average MLS player.
Yeah, specifically for acquisitions and for salary increases.
Yes.
So if we can get him with essentially MLS money, over the limit MLS money for 1 year, why wouldn't you do it?
Why wouldn't you?
But if you can load up for a year to try to get Chicharito his picture, which is maybe what they're doing, let's say, it makes sense. Why wouldn't you pull the trigger? The TAM is going to sit there anyway. This is how I was able to talk myself into it. If you have the amount of TAM to do it, looking at the roster, TAM's just going to sit there.
Yeah.
Raheem Edwards is your starting left back. Jonathan Bond is your starting goalkeeper. Williams is your starting left center back when he's fit. Koulibaly / Ramos in this case would be your starting right center back. Julian Araujo is your starting right back until he's sold. Mark Delgado and Ryan are your starting center mids. Cabral is going to start. Chicha's going to start. Costa is going to start. Vasquez or Efrain is going to start.
Probably rotate that.
If you have, not from this last game. Vasquez played some really good balls. If you have that TAM sitting in the bank and it's available at an amount that Sergio is willing to take, it would be stupid to sit on it for a year when you could try to load up and make something happen, especially if he's willing to take the short deal.
Why would you not bring arguably one of the top 5 most known players that play in the game right now? Like Sergio Ramos is a person who can say, and he's a nice, pretty face.
You can market globally.
You can market that face.
Yeah.
He's someone that literally everyone around the world who watches the game knows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a no-brainer. Come on.
He's a divisive character, which is something usually they're not that big on. Like Zlatan is divisive, but he's divisive specifically about himself. It's about how great he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sergio Ramos has abused some of people's favorite players in the world. I'm personally a Messi fan. I love Lionel Messi. He's a golden gift from Lionel Messi helps me believe there's a God, because I don't know how else something that amazing gets created. But Sergio Ramos loves kicking the shit out of him. And if Messi is going to Miami at any point in the future, like you imagine, Ramos would be very happy to get one last shot at that dude's knees. I would love to see it. I would love to see Kranis and Neil get to learn from someone like Sergio Ramos for a year and some change.
Absolutely.
Getting a Sergio Ramos might help you hold on to Julian Araujo for a little while longer, because Sergio Ramos used to play right back when he was younger and was a bit of a shitheel. Something like Julian Araujo would be a great guy for him to learn from. Maybe not so much with the red cards, but experience-wise, you can't get much better as a teacher.
All right, Ramos signs over under red cards in the season.
He has played 248 minutes for PSG and got a red card. He got 2 yellows in 6 minutes in one of the few games that he got to start for. Over under how many?
Let's say, and we're talking straight red cards.
Straight reds? Okay.
Over under in a season, and he's healthy, he's playing, over under 3.
Ooh, 3 is a good number. I'll take the over. No, 3's hard. 3's right at it. I'll take under. No, I got to go over. The refs aren't going to give it to him.
Does he get the...
He's going to get the De Jong treatment.
That's what I'm asking. Like, is he going to get the De Jong treatment, or is he going to get, like, a big-name player treatment?
His name and reputation will precede him. I think you'll get a mixture of things. You're going to get players trying to wind him up. Like, imagine we play LAFC. Vela's going to try to wind that guy up because he knows the likelihood.
Vela's too much of a little bitch.
But he knows the likelihood historically. I mean, any coach, any intelligent coach would, if you're a half tricky player, a half fast player, you send him across Ramos. As great of a defender as he is, if you bug him enough, he's probably going to kick you. And in MLS, the refs are going to side with you rather than him.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think that's a Vela, though. I'm sure that LAFC does have a player on the team that does that. I don't think it's a Vela, though. He's too much of a little bitch.
Well, you know what I mean.
I get
your trickier players.
Yes.
Your players who certainly want to score a big goal on Sergio Ramos and try to make a name.
There's plenty of players who've played in other leagues where, that shit goes down all the time.
Yeah. But it's Major League Soccer. I'm not so much betting on what Sergio Ramos is going to do. I'm betting on the likelihood of referees punishing him for tackles that he would have gotten away with in Europe, certainly because of the teams he's played for, versus coming here and getting pissed off about somebody and taking a shot.
Sign him on an 18-month deal, and then at the end of it, MLS will make a video where he didn't score any goals or have any assists.
He would definitely score goals. He'll take our free kicks and our penalties.
We will actually finally be a threat.
He's
on,
a penalty taker.
on
He was a penalty
pieces.
taker for Madrid. You think it's him versus Chicharito or Vasquez or Sasha?
What if Costa is the one who wants to take him?
Get the fuck out of here. He would take every penalty and shoot it right down the middle as hard as he could, killing several goalkeepers.
I'm saying we'd actually might be a threat on set pieces now if we got Ramos.
100% be a threat on set pieces. I would love it. We were also, I don't know if you saw, we were linked to Sergio Roberto, plays at Barcelona. His 30-year-old defensive midfielder can play a little DM, some right mid, and some right back. Played for the Spanish national team handful of times.
Sergi, right?
I think is it Sergi? It might be Sergi. Yeah. And also played for the Catalan national team, which aren't real matches, if we're honest. 316 appearances for Barcelona. He's been dealing with hamstring issues since Halloween. Hasn't played a game.
Injured player? Then he's definitely
injured. Yeah, very injury. But I think it's more Barcelona.
Same with Ramos, that too.
I think it's more Barcelona kind of attempting to offload some players going into the summer and trying to make some money.
They need that money
to prepare themselves. But he was barely a not barely, but he was a regular sub option before, and he missed most of last season with 2 separate muscle injuries. Between those two, I don't need another DM. I don't need another right back. I don't need a right wing, to be honest. But he's younger. He just has a good recent. Not good, but he has a serious recent injury history. That one doesn't really seem worth it. And it's not going to move the needle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're talking about a TAM player, like which one's going to move the needle, which one's going to get you probably better results on the field. The
only other thing I was thinking was perhaps it is Sergi Roberto, whatever his name is. You look at how close the names are of the 2 players who are rumored to us. One was at Barcelona. 2 players who have a long history in La Liga. 2 players, long history in La Liga, very similar names. I could see it getting a little confused, maybe a loss in translation a couple times, and some reporters just trying to get their articles linked and the clicks. It certainly worked on me. Between the 2, would rather have Sergio Ramos just for the name and the recognition.
One's a little more exciting than the other.
One's drastically more exciting than the other.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the game.
There's one more rumor.
Oh, there's one more rumor.
John Brooks.
Is that a rumor? Or is that just people trying to?
Hey, I don't know. But maybe it's people like.
Well, I think it's.
We'll wait till it's a rumor.
It's one of our lightning round questions. Let's wait till the lightning.
We'll wait.
Yeah. Let's talk about the home opener, man. MLS is back, baby. MLS is back, baby.
Like Christmas, but better.
Amazing turnout. I mean, packed.
Sellout.
Super
sellout.
In the berm.
Burmies.
Great time at the tailgate with Lars. Shout out to our homie Fern for cooking all those tacos for people. Fernie and all the boys over there.
Mm-hmm.
Salsas Don Chendo.
I was gonna say you should say their name.
Check them out on Instagram. It's salsas_don _Chendo CHENDO. Check them out. They also sell salsa, so
for all your salsa and
catering needs for tacos.
There you go. I was gonna say taco needs.
Hit them up.
Catering's better.
Hit them up. It's great stuff. Check them out. And then the DJ's playing great tunes.
Spinning them hits.
Drinks are flowing. I might have got a little tipsy, more than I wanted to.
The wife had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife had a great time.
She gets talkative when she's drunk.
Don't they all?
Yeah.
Don't they all?
Yeah.
But no, Denise
gets feisty. She gets fighty.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
No disrespect, girl, but yeah, no, I know. She's good to have with you in a brawl. Ukraine could use her. Just pass her some of that sweet Russian vodka.
She's gonna be going to the biggest dude and be like, "My boyfriend can beat you up."
No, she should.
And I go, "Baby."
She should, because that's your wife. My wife wouldn't do that. So yeah, she absolutely.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's just enjoyable for
Denise is fighty, and she's feisty. So I'm I don't want her to be in a brawl, because she would be like, "My boyfriend can beat you up." I'm like,
you just got to slink away into the shadows. Dude. You got to just slide back into the shadows and be like, I'm gonna let her get this one. It's what is it? Women's History Month. It's Women's History Month. You do you, boo. Show me something.
You know what? You're good.
Teach something for the youngins.
Yeah.
What? Oh, here's a lesson.
I would love to see Denise punch somebody.
Oh, that was not the story I was telling. I was in my situation. She was getting mouthy to a dude, and the dude just whopped her, and then you had to step in, and then I would step in as well.
I'm like, Chris, get my back. And then you're just like, nah, dude, you got it.
That's when I just fade into that. Hey, y'all two got this.
You got it, bro. Don't worry about it.
Ed, I believe in you. That's
I
me.
believe in you.
I'm gonna go in now. They're doing the anthem.
They're doing the thing now. I gotta go.
They're doing the thing.
Yeah. Well, how was your tailgate, man? How was your home opener experience?
It's fantastic, man. I got to play. It was me, the wife, and Damien, who is about as big as can be. Which I only realized looking at the video. I looked at the video from this last game, and then the last game he went to, and see how much he's grown. He's gigantic. Everybody had a great time. Damien played straight through nap time, which was great because when we got home, he fell asleep in about 6 minutes. He had the time of his life. Got to play a lot of soccer. Cosmo came over. Big homie Cosmo, Big C.
Big ups.
He came over, took pictures with the kid, and I got a video of those two playing together, which is I'll treasure with me for life. Saw Yellow. Yellow was there.
Yeah, I got to take a picture with Yellow.
Yeah.
Cool ass dude.
All the big homies. Everybody was. It's just good. Home opener, second to none.
It's just so good to be back. It is like a family reunion after not.
That's what it feels like, man.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. It was great. Everyone was in good spirits, even though we were playing, league champions and it's a home opener. It's just all that optimism and positivity.
Yeah.
You feed off the energy, and I genuinely think the team fed off of the atmosphere and the energy. I'm cutting ahead into the inside, but I think everyone just positively fed off of all the goodwill and good energy. And again, we had Laura services the day before. And someone brought this up. I wish I could remember. I apologize. Someone brought it up to me, but they said like, it's great that you're able to come. Cause I'll be honest with you. I was excited, but I wanted to just like stay home in bed and cry all day.
Yeah.
And, someone told me, I think it might've been Malter. Like, it's great. You have this that you can come to that forces you out of that. And I was like, yeah, it's I come here and I see all my friends and I see people that I consider to be family. And it is a genuine celebration of life. Like, it is the thing that we've done that's good and that's positive and that's around people and that's familial.
And after like 2 years of not being able to like hug people,
yeah,
it was real nice.
Yeah, and everyone was having fun times, and it was just. God, it was just the best. I mean, there was that I don't know if they have a name or anything, but that group that's out in the corner by the grass, that they spin their own music. They had pizza and they brought me over for some whiskey, which I always appreciate, my guys. It was just God, it's what you want. It's what it's one of those things where you're like, this is how the Galaxy is different than every other MLS team. And I'm sure they all have their own traditions and they all have their own things, but like, this is ours. And this is mine. This is my groups. This is my peoples. This is my tribes. Probably not the time to be very nationalistic and in your own little group, but tribalism, probably not a hot button word at the moment, but it was very much what I needed.
Yeah.
And they gave me everything I needed.
Yeah. I mean, there was like a photo booth, the DJs going, like plenty of drinks flowing, like
everything
awesome.
You can need.
Anything you can need, really.
It
was amazing. Fun time. I had to get in the shade for a little bit because it got a little hot.
There were some white people who were red people.
Yeah.
It was, you guys are, I mean, not you guys.
No, me.
You as well.
Yeah.
You can be the representative. Really not made for the outdoors.
No.
Like I saw.
I burned real quick.
I saw. Oh, who did I see? I saw someone who was just about as red as can be. I'm sorry, I drank a lot that day. I'm not going to lie to you. But it was just Scott McKay. I saw Scott McKay. He looked like
his mom was there too.
He looked like he returned from the sun. It was just not.
It was good to see his mom too. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, she was hugging everyone. Gave Damien a big hug. Damien I borrowed sunscreen because we left the sunscreen at home, and family was like, "Yo, we got some." Real communal, just like the old days, man. Everyone just sharing what they had and good times, man. Good, great day. A great day.
Great day. Let's talk about the game. 1-0 win. Let me hear the name.
My vocal cords haven't healed.
Just do it.
But I'll try.
It's like in your contract. You have to do it.
It is. It's so fucking hot in here.
It is really hot. You can open that door. Yeah. Chicharito. Chicha Dios.
Chicharito. Oh, Damien called him Chi Doritos.
Chi Doritos?
Chi Doritos.
Hey.
So if anybody knows how I can get a 5T City of Dreams jersey customized with Chi Doritos, let me know.
Chicharito with the 90th minute game winner. Let's talk about the game, man. What's your ups and downs from the game?
Oh, wow, I haven't done this in a while. I just have
Or
regular
you just
notes.
go, just do your notes, man.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've done this in like 5 months.
Yeah, for at least. Well, 'cause I think we took the end of last year off, right? Like for the most part with Laura. Yeah, I of course have minimized the notes that I took and can't find them at the moment. But off the top, the one thing that stood out, Mark Delgado.
Yeah,
The guy, the a lot of people are going to get talked about. Costa is obviously going to be a big point of conversation. Koulibaly was a point of conversation. Chicharito's goal, obviously. Cabral season. Mark Delgado. Rewatch that game. If you get an opportunity, it's still on ESPN Plus. St. Michael has certainly blessed us all with the game file if you need it. Rewatch that game if you get a chance. Mark Delgado transitions from defense to offensive running so quickly compared to Jonathan Dos Santos. That's what I was watching for with him. It wasn't really how fast is he moving, how fast is he getting through the channels, where's the balls he's playing. What does he look like compared to what Jonah looked like near that end tenure? It's a whole different world. The amount of run, it's so smooth. It's like drop back, ball's collected, cool, let's get right back out. It's not about catching your breath. It's not, and he didn't get tired. He never really tired out. It was just, bang, you got it, let's get moving. Because Revolution's going to be back on defense. Center back's going to be back on defense. Going to take Edwards a second to get up. I need to be moving. I need to get the ball back up. I can't expect Vasquez to drop back all the time because the legs aren't there, as we very clearly saw in this game. I can't expect Chicharito to drop back because this is how he gets injured. I've got to be the one that does the moving. That's what at least me, that's what I've been looking for from Jonathan for the last year or so. And I saw it very, very clearly. Couldn't have been happier with his performance in this first game. It's something to grow off of. If this is what his baseline is going to be, he should be a very, very exciting player.
Yeah, I think, and this is a good sign. I think I have very minimal, like, negative things to say about that front six.
Okay.
And it's a very small sample size.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first game of the year. Again, even win or lose, I was like, I'm not going to read too much into this game. You still got guys.
You're just getting comfortable.
Yes.
You're just getting comfortable.
So, you saw it's still with the working relationship with him and Ryan, like them trying to figure out how to really like communicate with each other.
Who's in that pivot.
Yes.
Because last year, Revolution was doing a lot of that running because Jonathan wasn't.
Yes.
It's what forced Jonathan to play a more defensive role when you're expecting him to be that runner, but he wasn't carrying that load. It was, I like him a lot. I think he's gonna be, and he's number 8. That's a jersey you can buy, like a Delgado 8. I like Nick DePuy. Not a lot of people buying 20s. You know what I mean? Like there's certain numbers. It's just not an 8 is someone that you should look at and go, I want to get that guy's jersey. A 9, I want to get that. A 10, I want to get that guy's jersey.
It's the classic, football numbers.
There's certain numbers.
Yeah.
I liked what he did a lot. Vasquez. I'm trying to wait on Costa.
I rewatched the game today because on the weekend, again,
tipsy,
kind of tipsy. So I had to rewatch it for the majority of the game.
What do you say? No laws on the clause. Somewhere?
Yeah, there's no laws when it comes to the clause, man.
No laws on the clause, baby.
Yeah, but I thought Vasquez, he has his skill, right? He the balls he can play over the top, the passes he can make.
41 passes, 97.6 passing accuracy, 3 key passes. The running's just not. The legs are just gone.
It's just the age, man.
Yeah.
Like, but it's the thing is, you're playing him,
and that heat.
who's the skillful player who will get you that pass, who will get you 97% pass accuracy, compared to your other option, which is
Efrain.
Efrain.
I didn't even look his.
Who?
Look his up, to be honest.
Let's be honest. It's I'm.
He had a couple chances. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. There were times in that first half that I would have rather seen Efrain play. 41 passes, damn near 100% accuracy. I mean, I'm an idiot, but there were moments where I watched it and I thought like, Efrain probably could have made that run or played that ball, and I feel like he and Chicha would have figured it out a little bit better. But you play league champions in the home opener. You're trying to keep it 0-0. You're trying to give yourself a chance to win it. And there's a great likelihood that a lot of those passes Vasquez did kept us in it, like kept pushing them and pressing them. So they had to drop back a little deeper to help figure this problem out. where Efrain maybe have given the ball up. As soon as he came in, he attempted to play a long ball, gave the ball up.
Yeah, because you had at least 2 or 3 chances in this game where like New York coughed up a ball, or there was like a really nice pass from someone in the center of the midfield, or Vasquez, and then we were off like 3-on-2.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's just still some of these guys are building up that chemistry and learning how to play with each other. You had one where Cabral, it was like a 3-on-2. He should have probably passed it a lot sooner than he did.
Yeah.
And his cross wasn't that great.
On the left side, yeah.
Yeah. But that's stuff you'll
speed
learn.
is something else, though. Speed is something else. You can see what they see in him.
Yeah.
And they're like, if we can fix these other things, if we can fix the decision making, if we can fix when he plays the ball, if we can fix which foot he decides to shoot with, or whether he cuts in or goes wide, if we can fix that, the raw physical nature of him, go Black people, the raw physical attributes he has, you can't teach.
Yeah, it was about. I mean, I think we noticed it too. It was more about him lacking that confidence.
And he seems a little more direct. He seems more willing to play a dangerous ball. Going to take some time. You definitely could see the difference for Cabral between preseason and when the other team is genuinely trying to win 3 points. It's easy in the first game, and it's easy when no one's trying to get hurt right before the end. But it's a lot harder against a team that knows what the fuck they're doing, and is exceptional. It's very good. I mean, New York had essentially the same record we did last season going in. But,
yeah, which was like crazy odd. Like,
but those
the West is
early games, they played an easy roster. Yeah, I mean, they played an easier schedule. But they're still a good side, and you saw the quality in that game. And it's going to be a little harder for Cabral, but gotta keep sticking with him.
Yeah,
you saw positives.
I tend to believe that had New York not had a midweek game, this outcome is probably a lot different. You still had plenty of times where our defense like turned off, or there was a pass over the top. Which one thing that I'm kind of concerned with already is that New York was able to kind of break that back line pretty easily a couple times, at least 4 or 5 times, with the ball over the top or like a quick through ball.
Defense going to be a problem.
Yeah,
it's going to stay a problem unless we sign Sergio Ramos.
But Edwards, impressive. I was impressed.
Him.
I was impressed.
Love that dude.
Team of the week.
Team of the week. Yeah, I saw that.
Our highest rated player on Who Scored.
Who Scored? Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's who should get it usually, and that's beating out Chicharito getting a bump for the goal. Yeah, I big fan. Tati Castellano had 16 touches by halftime. New York could have beaten us. Like you got to give credit where it's due. Like we shut down what they wanted to do. They got their main man on the ball often. At halftime, Chicharito had 3 touches. Tati Castellano had 16. Like we both played our game. It's hard. This is going to be difficult for people. So I want everyone to sit down, be prepared, unclench your butthole if possible, but be ready for this. Koulibaly is probably the second best player in that game. You might not ever see it again. This might be the one opportunity you have to see it. But he shut down the golden boot winner for last year.
I think with him, you're gonna have people who are gonna nitpick. And to be fair, I was watching that game today. I'm like, I would spot it. I would spot something. I'm like, oh, this guy's terrible. But overall, you see him, and he had strong game.
He's strong. Well, I mean, physically strong.
Yeah.
There was a couple times he made a decision and it didn't work out. And again, much to Cabral, or similar to Cabral, the physical attributes bails him out of situations. It's a matter of, can you put yourself in a position? I don't know how to say this. Can you put yourself in a position where the other attributes you have can bail you out? Some guys aren't, Jalen Neal, for example, some guys aren't the biggest in the world, but they're smart. So you may be up against a gigantic forward, and your positioning prior to them getting there is what's going to bail you out of that situation.
It's what we had with AJ and Omar. Like, they knew their attributes.
Yeah, I know what he's going to do.
Yes.
So I need to know what I've got to do to complement him, and I need to make sure I don't put AJ couldn't get caught up field because Omar wasn't going to catch whoever beats AJ. So AJ has to be that guy who sits back, which is what he did. Omar can get caught up field because a young AJ is going to be able to make up that distance on whichever player is going to beat Omar. Koulibaly would hold the ball half a second longer than he should, and then just throw the forward to the ground outside of the box. So we're not going to call a penalty, or just put a nice little elbow into him. I'm going to make it so if you were going, I fucked up. I shouldn't have taken an extra second on the ball. You may be able to get the ball off me, but you're going to feel it.
Yeah.
You're going to pay for it.
I think the only real criticism I have of him in this game is that he tends to not really get on his man. Like he's too far off of the man he should be covering.
Yeah.
There was a couple that of crosses in the box where he looks at his attacker, he sees him, no one else is there. It's like you should be the one who's defending this man.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no one else there. You see him, you spot him. There's no one else on front of you. There's no one making a run. Like that's your man. And I've seen a couple times in that game where ball came over and he tries to attempt it, misses it completely, and New York almost scores.
Yeah.
Like right before halftime, there was one example where a ball came over top, and he should have been guarding that attacker. He let off a little bit too much space, and then New York almost scores right before the first half ends.
Part of the big issue with him is he's just not fast enough to be that close to somebody. It's similar to the issue Siani had. You have to kind of give some distance.
Well, there's a lot of issues.
It's similar to one of many issues he had. But you have to give that distance because if it's say it's Tati, if it's Tati Cassiano and he's running at you at full speed, Koulibaly's gonna get smoked. Siani is gonna get smoked. Depew is gonna get smoked. Depew usually does a pretty good job at the recovery, but for Koulibaly, you don't want to put yourself in that position.
Depew's got a good sense of positioning, and which I've noticed.
Yeah,
and that's making up for the lack of technical skills and yeah.
The guy, I rarely have a critique about Depew. Like he's usually pretty on it, and certainly for the situations he gets called into. But yeah, good on Koulibaly if you're looking for a positive start to the season.
It's something to build on.
It's a good game against the league champions in the opener,
and you
coming off of an injury concern.
Yes,
and he didn't play like he was worried about his shoulder. He played like he was full fit, ready to go, and at a minimum willing to sacrifice whatever aspect of his body was failing.
If he was still in pain, you would not have known.
You could, it would have been really, really difficult. And you look at the smile on his face at the end of the game, like that's a guy who was like, clean sheet.
Yes.
And a clean sheet because of me.
Clean sheet against the reigning champions in your home opener.
Yeah. It's tough to critique him in a negative way. I thought he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Do you want to move to a different player? I can go through everybody. I'm ready. I'm all jazzed up.
Let's go. So I probably wasn't too happy with Araujo. I think he had a off game for him.
Mm-hmm.
But again, he's coming back from not being with the team for a month. He was over with Mexico with
sitting on the outside,
and so
undeservedly sitting on the outside,
and so he's still getting up to speed with some of the teammates and getting back to match fitness.
Yeah. Although his defensive partner is the same.
Yeah,
like both defensive midfield and his center back and his goalkeeper, like they're all the same.
But the guy that's playing in front of him is a brand new that's been here for like a week and a half.
Which I will say this defensively, I'm on board with you with Julian. Defensively, one of his more suspect games. Offensively, oh my God.
Oh yeah,
that man plays some goddamn dimes.
That's the thing is
sumptuous.
Yes. But again, it's first game. These guys are still getting into it. It's going to be a couple of games before you start seeing real solid performances from these guys. I'm a lot more confident seeing them play that way than I was before the season started.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of the back line still the same guys, not really much improvement or movement in the back.
Certainly fixed the left back problem.
Yes.
I think that's
Oh yeah, I'm on the Edwards train.
He has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially including preseason. He has just been phenomenal.
Both defensively and on the attack. I mean, it's just been he was great. He was honestly he deserved the team of the week and the highest rating.
What I enjoyed most about him is LAFC fans are like, the first player to cross from one team to the other is the Galaxy signing an LAFC player. It was like, right. It also means someone could have re-signed for you and decided to leave you.
For the Rebels.
As great as your fans apparently are, that are just got you guys holding on to everybody, still was like, I can do without him, and took off. I'm just saying.
Yeah. When
you guys are apparently getting ready to win a supporter shield and all that nonsense.
All right, let's talk the debut of one Douglas Costa.
Yeah.
Played 67 minutes. Efrain came in for him after the 67th minute. A guy who's definitely not afraid to shoot from outside the box.
Costa?
Yeah.
It's the only shots he got.
And he there was that one in the first half that
straight to Johnson stung
the gloves. So that's
a rocket though, isn't it?
And I mean, even only being with the team for a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, I mean, I'm going off of what I know or what I've seen.
Word.
But still, even so, I mean, it's his passes and his awareness of where his teammates are. It's gonna be a very, very good signing, I think.
Yeah, I could see. I saw the online, trepidation, what have you, which you're always going to get. You're always going to get people who are going to find a problem, and I think I saw one person be like, "What? It was Larzer, who was like, what a waste of a DP spot." I'm like, bro, it's the first game. It's the first game, and you won. It's the first game, and you won with a clean sheet. Like, what's to be upset about?
And he was dangerous. I mean, he's got he's got good strength. I mean, he bodied plenty of the New York City attacking players or the defenders.
Yeah.
Like, it's a guy you want who's gonna like work for that ball. Like, who's gonna want to win every challenge.
Yeah. The main criticism I would have, and I could be wrong. I don't see training. I don't know. But the main criticism I would have is he doesn't appear match fit. And that's your 67 minutes. That's how you build it.
Yeah.
You don't build match fitness in preseason games. You build match fitness in games against an opponent that's going 100 miles an hour, just like you are. I wrote the kid's name down. Tavon Gray, he was the right back for NYCFC. I thought that kid was outstanding. Looking at the NYCFC players, he was the one that stuck out to me in the game. And he did it by helping to pocket Costa. That was his job. He did a great job. I think that played a big role. If we can get up a team maybe like a Charlotte that's a little less established or has a less promising performance playing a right back, you might get a better performance out of him. But the Tavon Gray kid, right back from New York, I thought he was amazing at helping to pocket Costa. Costa had 2 key passes, 2 shots, both from outside the box. That one that you were mentioning in the first half went straight at Sean Johnson, which is, again, he is the goalkeeper that won MLS Cup. Like, he's clear and was a national team or at least an outsider. Like, he's not bad by any stretch. Costa was dispossessed twice, and he had 4 bad touches. First like real serious MLS game. Overall, I think there's a lot to grow on for sure. I'm not. They may want to slow down on using that Flash moniker, that DC Lightning Bolt 10. I'm not. It's weird to call him like the Flash when there's someone who's much faster on the team than he is. Like, the Flash is the fastest man alive. Kevin Cabral is the fastest man on the team. I get it. Like, you're trying to, we're doing what we're doing. We're marketing. He had a low, one thing that really stuck out for Costa. He had, there's a free kick. I think it's in the first half, might have been the second, but there's a free kick that's on the right side, and he takes it with his left foot, low, driven in real hard. It was no, it would have been the second half. It was Koulibaly was trying to get a header on it, but it's just above him. We haven't had that. We haven't had a guy from that side who can take a free kick that's keeping it nice and low. That's left-footed. That's a separate option than we otherwise had. I think he took one of the free kicks. He took corner kicks in the first half.
Yeah, corner kicks. Yeah,
but it's still early, early, and a positive game, and the amount of time he plays at 66, that first 2/3 of the game. I mean, that screams a coach getting a player some minutes, warming him into the team,
into a new league, into a whole other country. Like, it's
realistically, I think it's probably the best performance we could have expected from a guy who most recently was playing in the second division of Brazil.
Yeah,
it's something to grow on for sure. But overall, I like it. Fans seemed happy with him. Fans seemed in the stadium. Fans seemed pretty ecstatic, and his name got a good cheer when it went up on the board. So yeah, all good.
I don't know can anyone tell me? I was watching rewatching the game today. Is there a certain way that like a Brazilian or Portuguese say Douglas?
Douglas.
Okay.
He's Douglas Costa. He should be pronounced Douglas Costa.
Because Taylor told him to call him Douglas, and I'm like,
yeah,
come on, don't be an asshole. Don't be that guy.
So we're properly pronouncing that name. We can let all the other ones go. Koulibaly, we don't need to pronounce right, but Douglas Costa, we have to pronounce. Okay. I just need the rules. That's all I need. But yeah, it would be pronounced Douglas
Because no one can
Costa.
tell me how really to pronounce Ryan Revolution or Revolution.
I've given up.
No one
Doesn't matter.
We still don't know.
Doesn't matter. You're an American. Say it however you want. They'll deal. They'll figure it out.
I like a Revolution. That's pretty cool.
Revolution's good. Revolution's a good name. But
Pretty cool.
if you're looking officially, it should be Douglas Costa.
I'm not calling him Douglas.
You can call him whatever you want.
Because America.
It doesn't. Well, because it doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant.
All right, so who was your player of the match, man?
Raheem Edwards is the easy pick.
Yeah.
Raheem Edwards is a real easy pick. I will
In a game that could have easily gone either way. Like it's really one of those games like anyone could have scored it. Either side could have scored a 90-minute goal.
Yeah. But that's what you kind of got to give Greg. You would assume he'd just want to get out of it as is, but instead he made offensive subs.
Oh, I think he was definitely cool with just a 0-0.
Bringing Sasha on. Sasha is like, all right, we're good. We're good at 0-0. I'll take that. But the team didn't stop pressing. That's the important thing. That's why you keep going. That's why you keep going. I want to give it to Edwards just because his play overall was so smooth. Defensively, he was really on point. What he adds to the offense as an outside back is what I think we wanted from Villafania, which we told you. Like I asked my buddy up in Portland, and he's like, if you're expecting Villafania to go forward, you're gonna have a gigantic problem.
He's like, nah, son.
And that's exactly what happened. But my buddy in the Timbers Army should know more than our scouting staff, but he did. What he gave you going forward is usually what Julian has been giving us for the past few years on the other
right side, yeah.
Which is what you need if you're trying to play that 4-2-1-3 and you want those overlaps going and you don't have any naturally wide midfielders, where even when you sub on Efrain, he drifts to the inside, which is why when Efrain came on, we played him at the can, we moved Vasquez out to the right wing, and that shit certainly didn't work. I want to give it to Edwards. I really do. Got to give it to Koulibaly because I may not get another opportunity. I might not get another chance.
I didn't think you were going to say that name.
Who?
I thought you were going to give it to the goal scorer, the man. Chicharito, man.
That's what he's supposed. Look,
Hey.
if you haven't listened to the gospel I've been preaching about my boy, I expected
90th
a
minute
1-0.
game winner. You got to give it.
NYCFC. Look, let me explain something to you people.
Have you seen that picture that they posted, by the way?
Oh, I've seen all of them. I love Chicharito.
Where he's like standing in front of the whole section and
build the statue.
That's it right there, man.
Now, well, we can't because if we build a statue of a player, it has to be from an image from when they didn't play on the team.
Yeah,
because we're embarrassing fucks.
Well, definitely probably from when he was like.
You know what team they're going to use for his statue, Edward. Don't even act like you don't. They've been waiting on this for 26 years. I'll say 24 because they got 2 years that they're kind of smudging as if that's well. Realistically, let me tell you something. Realistically,
let me tell you something.
Let me tell all y'all young children something. All y'all young bucks. That's what they. Realistically, Chicharito could end this season in the top 10 goal scorers all time for the Galaxy. Which breaks your heart for that 2020 season for what could have been if he got to play. He got to play, but if he was fit,
if he got 3 more games,
if he wasn't going through everything,
yeah.
But if he just wasn't going through all of that year, he's still a human. I understand.
Oh, I'm talking about last year. Never mind, not 2020.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. Look at the year he had last year. And look at how awful 2020 was. He's still on the cusp of becoming, for forwards anyway, top 10 goal scorer. I expect that out of the man. Like NYCFC, look, baby. Look, let me tell you something.
But come on, man.
Y'all had 88 minutes.
That cutback.
No, you had 88. You gotta know it's coming.
That cutback.
You gotta know it's coming. Look, Tati, let me tell you something. This is what happens. You give my boy 2 more games. This is how you did what you did.
Do not call him up. Please don't call him up.
This is how.
Keep him at home. Keep him with us.
Don't call him up. Don't call him up. They shouldn't call him up. You guys can be fine.
You don't deserve him.
Look, I'm not gonna say that, but you don't. They don't really. They genuinely don't. If it's some petty beef, and that's somehow getting over that it has more to do. It's Landon. It's Landon in the U.S. men's national team.
Well, Tati's he doesn't value MLS.
But you're bullshit.
The guy who
bitch. That's how you got that job.
Yeah.
But if you don't value what the quality a player can bring, the experience a player can bring, the leadership that a player can bring, and the positivity a player can bring to your national team in World Cup qualifying, and somehow something he did when he was younger, somehow something he did in the past that's a dead issue, somehow that can keep them out of progressing forward. If it was that egregious, then don't call him up. He can stay on the Galaxy and score 1 billion goals for me. You got another Mexican striker
then your team
who refuses to play.
Your team gets Wondolowski, so then there you go.
Good. That's what. Look, I'm not going to talk any more about what that national team does. That's not my business. That's their business. Good on Chicharito. I expect him to do this. This is what I've come to expect of him.
Yes.
I'm going to give it to Koulibaly because I may not get an opportunity, and I assume I'm going to have several opportunities to give it to Chicharito.
That is true. All right, moving on. Let's talk about Big Tony Zemo. By the way, thank you, Big Tony. We forgot to tell him we were recording today.
Came in off the top rope like Macho Man.
Came in clutch in the dying minutes before we started recording. So thank you, Big Tony. We'll make sure to tell you ahead of time next time.
If it makes you feel better, we just found out earlier today.
Yeah, there you go. That is true too. So again, thank you. Prognostication. His first sentence is, "Thanks for the advance warning."
The Chocolate Rain guy follows you on Twitter?
For some reason.
That's so weird.
It's so random.
He wants your chocolate rain.
Yeah.
You got to breathe off mic so it doesn't get recorded.
Chocolate rain.
That is much deeper than I thought your voice would go.
Chocolate rain.
Matt's in the live chat. He's like, I got here just in time to hear Ed reading.
God damn it. Now I'm nervous. Okay.
Chocolate rain.
Chocolate rain.
Some stay dry and others feel the pain.
Many men. Many men. On Sunday, we saw Chicha grab 3 points from New York City. Chicha! From New York City in the 90th minute. Overall, the Galaxy had a slight edge in both possession and pass accuracy. Not an incredibly dominating performance, but a win is a win. Who expected it? Certainly not Ben and Ed, who both predicted a G's loss. On the other hand, Chris showed why he is a 3-time champion and correctly predicted a win. He expected more scoring, but who didn't? Chris also grabs a bonus point for calling a Chicha goal, which jumps him right into the lead with 2 points, while Ben and Ed have 0.
Many men.
Many
men.
Listener predictions. Well, the G's faithful went to the stadium on Sunday and expected to come away with a win. And a win they received. Good news for the 43 people who predicted a win. God damn, that's way more than I thought it was going to be.
Ye of the tiniest faith.
Hey, man. Again, low expectations.
Undefeated in preseason, right? That feels right.
No, we lost once.
We lost one?
To Vancouver.
That doesn't count. Can I see it? It ain't happening.
It didn't happen.
Show me the tape.
That's true. There were 15 who predicted a draw and 5 who predicted losses. Let that be a lesson to you 20. Always predict a win. Well, maybe not. It doesn't happen all the time. Interestingly, of the 43 people who predicted a win, not a single person got the score right. In fact, every person, single person. That's what it says.
Every single person.
No, it says every person, single person.
Well,
I swear.
I swear. He had a typo.
I swear.
This is why you're supposed to read these in advance.
I know. Predicted the G's would be given up at least 1 goal.
Yeah.
I'm worried that everyone is listening to permanently concussed Taylor Twellman, who talked in the broadcast how the G's couldn't get a clean sheet. He did say that.
Yeah, well.
And he also said Douglas, which I'm still not going to pronounce that. Well, screw you, Twellman. Bond logs the first clean sheet of the year, hopefully one of many. Since 43 people predicted a win and no one got the score right, only 2 points are available. 40 people are now tied for first.
Wow. Everyone had Chicharito.
As only 3 didn't expect Chicha to grab a goal.
Oh, I'd love to know who they picked.
Yeah. And he goes, really? Chicha not scoring? That's crazy talk.
Tripping.
Of course he's going to score. He just waited a long time on Sunday. Well, if you have 2 points, take a screenshot. It might be the only time you are tied for the lead. Looking forward, on Saturday, the G's travel eastward to find the mystical Clit, CLT. I'm just calling him the Clit. Just call him the Clit. That's Charlotte FC I'm talking about. Get your minds out of the gutter. No, mine's absolutely in the gutter. Last Saturday, Charlotte traveled up to D.C. to receive a 3-0 pounding. The Clit got pounded 3-0.
Jesus Christ.
I suppose it's what you expect for an expansion club, but maybe they can turn it around. Just not this weekend. Save it for later in the season. The G's have room to improve, and perhaps playing an expansion club will improve their confidence and help them get on the scoring track. Time will tell. Christopher.
Cuckoo.
4:30 p.m. kickoff time. You can watch it on Fox/Fox Deportes.
Good, since we definitely officially still don't have a local broadcast.
Yes. 70,000 plus fans are going to be in attendance for this game. Allegedly.
Don Garber told me. I don't believe anything that guy says.
Yeah. He's a liar. He's a damn dirty whore liar.
Oh. Whoa. Rein this back in.
Okay, sorry. As Big Tony mentioned, the Clit lost their first game ever to DC United 3-0. But
after scoring their opening. Do you see that? They scored the opening goal and everyone went crazy.
And it got called off.
Got chalked off.
Yeah. Well, I was watching that game. I was at home watching that game, and I saw that goal. I was like, that dude definitely looked offside. And then I turned around. And I was like, oh, they kept it. They let allowed it or whatever. I turned around and then DC's like winning like 2-0. I'm like, wait, what happened to that one goal?
MLS, baby.
I had to go on Twitter and be like, Charlotte FC first goal, and then I saw that it was called off.
Yeah. Overall, like, quick pause on that. Overall, great week MLS. Like, great week in MLS. Just, I mean, in general, beautiful advertisement for the league.
Yeah.
I don't know how many, like, I got to catch some highlights, but in general, it's pretty great weekend of soccer.
I mean, that's the thing is, like, MLS it's a fun league to watch, man. Even the shitty games, like, as much as, like, the quality can be pretty poor, that's every league, man. Like,
but what I'm starting to enjoy.
You got Watford in this world where they're like,
yeah, Newcastle too, baby. What I'm starting to enjoy is, like, each teams are starting to have a play style identity.
Yeah, identities. Yeah,
outside of the individual match and shifting tactics in the individual match. It's not as rock solid as, like, Marcelo Bielsa in Leeds, who is willing to go down like the Titanic to keep his formation and his style. But in general, teams have a way they want to play their game, and until that system breaks and they have to rethink it on the field, like, they still play their way. And so you're getting more interesting tactical matchups. It's more, you know, I'm not trying to be that Euro snob guy, but it is more of what you get overseas, where a team plays a certain way and they're just going to keep maintaining that until there's a reason for them to not do it. It makes for good soccer. It makes it so you want to watch whoever your upcoming opponent is.
Everyone's not playing a 4-4-2 and, like,
it's all broken up.
Bombing on the wings and crossing in the box. Like,
can't believe we live this long.
Yeah.
Like, really can't believe I lived long enough to watch MLS become a real league.
So what are you expecting from this team, man? So I watched that game against Charlotte, and I thought, you know, they definitely have their issues, for sure. But they definitely have an attacker. Sorry, I'm missing his name, but who's definitely a threat. TT something, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Martinez, I think, maybe.
Let's see. I probably should look this up earlier. I don't know anything, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know shit about Charlotte. I hope they're good, and I hope it's an interesting game. But I don't even know what you're talking about. I know they got Alan Franco, who was, he was supposed to be half decent, so I assume he's gonna be awful.
TT Ortiz is their attacker.
That's a fantastic name.
Well, his name's Christian Ortiz, but they call him TT.
I call him TT.
TT. Yeah.
On loan. Oh, he's on loan from Xolos.
Yes. But yeah, so that's a little concerning, you know, again, with our back line not being that great and still being suspect. But I mean, this is a team ripened for just an ass kicking, and with a team like
clit kicking.
Yes, kicking right in the clit.
Don't do that.
I mean, with our you know, dynamic attacking, like, I think we can definitely take this game. I feel like we might give up a goal or two. But I mean, I think our guys are gonna go over there and
put in some work.
Put in some work, man.
70,000 is a lot of people, and I can especially 70,000 for not just a home opener, but it's the home opener for the history of the team. It's their first foray at home.
It's going to be huge energy. Yeah,
it's going to be fucking insane.
Yeah,
that's a game where I'd rather see Vasquez play than Efrain. It's just as a young player, I don't want to see him get too rattled. Where you know, I would like some more calm demeanor. We should win. We of what I understand about Charlotte, we're supposed to be a drastically better team than they are.
Even their coach is like, we're shit.
We're not great. Look, you all understand what we're putting together here, but that's a lot of people pulling behind you, and it's an atmosphere.
And you even mentioned, like, at our home opener, like, that energy, you feel like that pushed the team. Like,
100%.
There's gonna be 70,000 plus people who are backing that team. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's
my God, if they score first, I think MLS Power Rankings has them expecting 75,000 fans. If they score first, I think that might be a wrap. If they score first, we might lose that game. If we score first and we score again and again, what we need to do is score early. We need to take the crowd out of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
The sooner we can take that extra atmosphere out of the game, and they're still going to be going crazy. They're still not going to care. But the sooner we can take that crowd out of a game, it will be a great game for Chicha to get the first goal. So whichever fans have shown up specifically to see him, we'll start cheering and hopefully turn this tide a little bit. But the earlier we can notch a goal and take some of that energy, some of that air out of the crowd, the better it's going to be for everyone else on the field. It's behoove us to eliminate the 12th man as early as we can. The later this game goes, if we have an 88th minute situation like we just had with NYCFC in Charlotte, and I'm betting on who's going to get that 89th, 90th minute goal, it's probably going to be Charlotte.
Yeah.
I would imagine it would be Charlotte. But my hope certainly is that we we notch one pretty early and kind of ride it out from there. Would love to see Sasha come on and help shut it down.
What do you think? Do we see pretty similar lineup? Do we see any changes?
I to be honest with you, I don't know enough about Charlotte to say we should change our formation. If everyone's healthy and you just took the league champions, 88 minutes with a clean sheet before you scored and then were able to get it over the line.
Let it ride, baby.
I rock the way it is and hit them with whatever you got, because it is of the utmost importance that you get a goal. And if you're built to attempt to get a goal in this way, go play that way.
It's another week of getting match fit. It's another week of getting these guys accustomed to each other.
Yeah. You're not playing 75,000 people. You're not playing 70,000 people. You're not playing Charlotte fans. You're playing 11 guys. And those 11 guys apparently are awful. So go play those 11 guys and play the way that you've prepared for, that you've planned. Our 4-2-1-3 looked very fluid. Everyone knew what they were doing. Everyone was checking in on each other. We got to improve the touches to the forward line so Chicha doesn't have to drop back as deep, but you play the same. Play the same. That's what I would do.
Let it ride, baby.
Let it ride. No reason. Why would you change it for a worse team?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Do we get the predictions then?
Sure.
I'm sure Ben can send it over to Big Tony later.
As long as he gets it in before the game, he's good.
You got to get it in before the game. As confident as I want to be with this team being so bad and the Galaxy on seems what is like a positive trajectory, I'm gonna go 2-2 draw.
That's not even it feels like that's a bad result because they're a new team and they're an expansion side, and you should expect to win that game. 2-2 when it's a jam-packed house that's gonna be going nuts. It's not the worst thing in the world.
I'm having a gut feeling that it's gonna be a draw, which isn't terrible. It's a point on the road, which is what you want to get in most games.
Keep you 3 points first 2 games. Take that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 2-2. I'm gonna say Chicha gets 1, and I'll go Cabral gets the other one.
Chicha and Cabral.
Yeah,
it's not bad. Especially if it's stretched out in there. Where we might benefit is Charlotte genuinely trying to impress 75,000 people and trying to get those 75,000 people to come back. So the hope then is that they're going to stretch themselves in a way that isn't actually beneficial for the way they should set up, for what they should want to do.
And if that's the case, I mean, I saw the game against New York where, we had counterattacking opportunities, and they looked pretty dangerous. It's just, again, these guys getting match fit and getting into the game. Like Costa had one that he was just a little bit too slow to beat their center back. I mean, you had where a single pass or a break of a play, and we had, a 3-on-2 opportunity. So if that's the case where Charlotte's going to be pushing, I think we have a good chance of getting multiple goals on like a counterattack.
Yeah, you got 2-2?
I got 2-2, man.
I'm going to take 3-1. 3-1 Galaxy. I think it's the same thing I called for New York. I'll take 3-1 Galaxy. I'll take Chicha at a double, and I want to say a Chicha hat trick. Then I can't really. I'm not. I don't. Well, I don't see. I can't see the third goal scorer. Maybe it is Cabral. I'll go 3-1 Galaxy, 2 for Chicha, and 1 for Cabral.
Because I can see Costa getting a goal in this game.
This is
him from shooting outside, man. He's going to get one of those, man.
I'll take Costa. I'll take Chicha and Costa then. I'll take 2 on Chicha, 1 on Costa, only because it seems like, of what I was able to very quickly research, Charlotte enjoys playing predominantly holding the ball in their half, and for that I could see a quick turnover and then bang, Costa taking
That's
the
what I'm
shot.
saying. Like, we did that a handful of times against New York.
If Charlotte was the type of team that likes to press high and tries to stretch the field, then I could see Cabral. Like, this is where we're going to be dangerous, man. Cabral and Costa, if and when he gets up to speed, Cabral and Costa on a counterattack is going to be nice. If Efrain eventually gets into a starting spot, he's not the fastest in the world, but he's faster than Vasquez. Cabral, Efrain Alvarez, Douglas Costa, Raheem Edwards, Julian Araujo on an overlap, all doing that quick break pressing. Like that should deliver goals, but if Charlotte plays in their own half or in their own third, that quick break isn't something that's really going to benefit us. So I'll take them playing in their own half, turning the ball over, Chicharito popping one or two, and Costa get the other. I'll take 3-1.
All right. Sounds good, man. Tucker.
I have to imagine they're going to get a goal at home, though. Even if it's MLS getting them a goal.
Yeah, I have a feeling. I have a feeling they'll get the one.
It's tough to believe.
Yeah.
It's really tough to believe that game goes without them getting one.
All right, sorry, Vamp, while I get up the lightning round stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much else there. I mean,
lightning round.
If they play with a lot of width, because from what I'm reading, and I'll be honest with you, I went to Who Scored to look at their.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. You know what?
What happened?
I forgot to play Fredo's audio.
Fredo's got. You can take a second and pick that up. But from what I saw from what Who Scored had about their preseason games and their one opener game, they like to play with a lot of width in the midfield. That's going to hurt us because our whole midfield is one at the point. By the way, here's a quick note. You want some vamping? Guess who totally called that 4-2-1-3? Ya boy.
Ya boy.
You know why? Because you can look at the players that you sign. You can look at players who are most likely to start and put them in a place that gives you the most amount of your good players at once.
Sorry, before we get into lightning round, our good friend
Douglas.
and Hall of Famer of the show,
Fredo Bank.
Fredo Banks.
I think it's a rapper, right? I don't know. I feel like.
He did a nice unexpected. We didn't even know he was doing this, but he got some.
Oh, I know Fredo Bang. Sorry,
but he got some audio for us after the game on Sunday. So we're gonna go through this. Hopefully you guys can hear it because I'm playing off my phone because we don't have Ben today. So
yeah, Ben's busy.
So we're gonna do this for you. So here you go.
Hey yo.
It's amazing. Guan.
My name is Chris. Oh man, this shit was amazing, man.
Did you explain
we
what
all
Fredo's
wanted
doing?
somebody to score, and guess who scored?
Pause this for a second.
Chichari.
Did you explain what he did?
Yeah.
What,
I said he got audio after the game.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
Sorry. It just seemed like I blacked out for a second. Bigger concern.
We're playing the champs, so if it would have been 0-0, I think it would have been good, but we got Chicha to score, so.
Chicha!
Woo, that says it all.
Hi, my name is Leslie, and what did I think about the game? First, I'm just going to say that coming to a home opener is coming back from summer break at any type of school.
Yeah.
Middle school, high school, elementary, and you see all your friends. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, it took us a minute to get where we wanted to get as a team, but we got there, and Chicharito scored that goal, and hopefully he'll continue doing that because that's kind of what we paid him for. So let's go fucking LA Galaxy.
I wish I could say his name like that.
Hello, my name is Alfie, and all I gotta say is Chichadios!
Chicha Doritos?
Top goal scorer for this season. Top goal scorer of the league.
So I thought Raheem looked pretty solid. Araujo wasn't 100%, but he looked pretty good. Other than that, Chicharito fucking saved us. Like, he fucking pulled it out of his ass and put it in, man. Other than that, we're working. Yeah, work to do, but we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. All right.
Hey, you know what? Edmond, LA Ride Squad. Today's win, that was a hard-fought win. I would give it to Costa because he was fighting the whole time, and then low-key he came in strong, and we got away with 3 points. We shouldn't be too proud about this, but we won. So that's the end of it. That we won. 3 points.
Costa was fighting with those Argentinians in New York, wasn't he?
He sure was. So, you know what? 3 points is 3 points. So we're gonna go away into the sunset tonight. We're gonna be celebrating. We're gonna be toasting champagne to those Argentinians.
What do you think? What do you think? I think we beat the champions. They came all the way fucking out here to lose. Galaxy! Yo, Fredo. My gosh, we needed that Chicha goal. The explosion, the ejaculation.
Oh, always.
It was awesome.
Hey, yo. Guan.
Guan.
Post game thoughts with Lars.
Post game talk with
Lars.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Fredo. That's
Fredo
amazing.
Bang.
I want the audio of that to be able to be like a good quality audio when Ben
shoot
plays that.
shoot us that actual theme song so we can play.
Yeah, so we can play it so you don't have to. Yeah, but thank you so much.
First to 5, we're coming for you.
Take Fredo. Keep sending those in, man.
Doing
Oh
it,
my
yeah.
goodness.
And if you listen to this and you go to an away game, feel free to knock out the same thing. Like, you don't have to do the theme song, but find Galaxy fans, ask them what they thought about it, record it, send it in. Well, if it's not if it's usable, we'll toss it on.
It's a family project, man.
We've been telling Ed, how long have we been telling people?
Hey,
this is your show as much as it is ours.
Yeah.
So feel free to contribute. You make it what you want.
Oh, I was supposed to bring up the lightning rounds.
Vamping again? God damn it.
No, we're good. All right, let's bring in this quick. This is from Dan.
Great job, Fredo. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry,
that was. I heard of this morning, and it's
all-star listener, friend of the show, Fredo Bang.
Yes. Fredo fucks.
Big Fredo fucks. Yeah, that's how he bangs.
This is from Dan Rizzle.
Fredo lace.
By the way, if you guys ever want to send us questions, we have on the lightning round Instagram, Instagram.com/Riot Squadcast. Go there.
Usually we'll post a
day of, usually.
Day
before.
A little bit before sometimes, but usually about the day of. So if you know we're going to record that night, check your Instagram. We'll have a place you can drop your questions in.
All right, this is from.
Oh, and there's a new number coming.
Yes,
right?
we're actually going to get a new number, so we're going to have people call in again and leave us voicemails and all that stuff. So we'll let you guys know that when that happens.
Sounds good.
This is from Dan Rizzle. What do you make of Edwards? Like the pressure he adds to our offense?
Yeah, basically that. It's one game, so let's not get carried away. But if you take what you've seen in that game and you take what you see in the preseason, it's like we were talking about earlier. It's so far as close as we've seen to them mimicking what we had over on the other side with Julian. I don't want to blow him up. I don't want to go too far, but
that's what we're saying. One game,
it's good from that one game. Stylistically, kind of similar to, not the same. It's not the same. I'm not comparing them, but stylistically, it's similar to how Ashley Cole would be willing to get forward, get in the attack, get an assist. Raheem Edwards got your game-winning assist, but also had that touch and that creativity to not just hit on a counter and need to go back into defense, but would stay up, stay in the pressure, and be an extra.
That's what I like, because he actually lost the ball and then got it back. Won it back, and then got that pass off the Chicha.
Yeah, the default isn't like turn the ball off, run back to defense. He's a part of the attack and this is 90 minutes into the game. This is at the end of the game. This is at the end of the game when he's getting ran at all night, or all day rather. A huge fan. Big fan. But reminded me of a solid Ashley Cole performance.
Yeah. No, I really dug his performance. Again, small sample size. We got one game. I kept telling people, win or lose, like, don't get too excited, don't get too scared, or don't get too worried. It's one game.
But one game against a really, really good MLS team.
All right, this one from our good friend DJJJW40. Do you guys see the G's coming into El Tráfico undefeated?
No. We play Seattle.
So we play Charlotte next, then Seattle, then Orlando, and then Portland before we play LAFC.
Seattle's away. Portland's away.
Portland's away.
Yeah, I would assume we're going to drop one of those two. Portland doesn't look great, but I would assume we're going to drop one of those two.
I agree. I don't think we go into that game undefeated.
You also don't want that. You want. I mean, it's never great to lose a game, but you don't want to go in with that extra added level of pressure, that extra added level of we're trying to keep this run going as long as we can.
And Seattle didn't look that great
They lost,
against
lost
Nashville, but Nashville also is a team that's
strong defensively.
yeah.
Seattle also had Rui Diaz get hurt very late in prep, and for whatever reason still played Jordan Morris on the wing rather than move him up top, which didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But if I'm banking, I'd say we probably lose that one.
All right, this is from our good friend Uncle Dishwasher. Would you rather have a roof over the digs, noisy and no sun, or half price concessions? I can tell you roof. 100%.
Prior to the kid, I would have said roof. Prior to the kid, I would have said roof. My boy, that kid loves eating at that stadium.
Bro, you just get him the nachos and he's good for the.
He took down. Oh my! You don't understand. Imagine my kid at a Galaxy game.
Little kaiju man.
Right, it's my kid, but it's my kid at a Galaxy game. Imagine how many people were like, "Damien, do you want cookies?" Like he had the pause to everyone who made my kid feel like. I mean,
Prince, man.
Just the best, man. He had the time of his life. He was so happy. He woke up in the morning and was like, "Daddy, we going to the Galaxy game?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, motherfucker, we are." Erica, I didn't say that, but I was like, "Yes, we are."
You goddamn right.
You goddamn right, motherfucker. But to everyone who made my son feel like he was born to support that team. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Anything anyone's ever done nice for me is almost completely irrelevant in comparison to my son looking at everyone who I love for supporting the team that I support as if they're family. It's what I've always wanted. He was like Sam. He was Samo. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like he was Samo in like 2007, 2006, and it was just. And if you guys don't know Samo, that's your problem. But it was just the best for me, man. I loved it. Unpause. The roof. The roof. Yeah.
All right. This one from Absolute.
You think the 3-2-5-2 sound that good on their own? Like acoustics are very, very important.
If you've been in the stadium, they don't sound that good.
Yeah. Acoustics are very important to that type of situation. So I would love specifically, and I know, look, I'm probably not supposed to say it. I'm probably gonna upset a couple people. Specifically over V Block, I would really like to see some roofing kind of completed on that side.
Man,
it would, especially that last game.
Yeah, where they were just absolutely loud,
having a good old time.
Good old time. Yeah. This one from Absolute Unit. What was the most surprising thing about the team on Sunday?
Clean sheet, obviously surprising.
I think that's got to be the most
clean. Yeah, clean sheet, surprising. How comfortable? I'll say how. I mean, Koulibaly playing an amazing game, for one. How comfortable Mark Delgado and Ryan Revolution look together already is very. It's not just surprising, but it's really, really positive. It's something that we need, and our ability to kind of keep pressing late in the game, where I probably would have expected us to kind of slow up, drop back a little bit, try to maintain the 0-0 result. Watching Greg go, all right, yeah, let's put on Sasha for safety. But other than that, like, go see what you can do. Go see if you can't grab it.
To park it for like the last 5 just to get that draw.
And a willingness to move Vasquez up into the attack into the far right wing was a surprising tactical decision. But it's what happens when you've let go of Leggett and you've let go of Zubac in the same offseason and you didn't replace the outside midfielder.
All right, this one from Stay in Trucha.
Ooh, well, good pronunciation on that.
Thank you.
Assuming you got it right.
Yeah. I got it right, bro.
I believe you.
I got it right.
I believe in you. It's more important.
Do you feel our forwards drop back too much?
I didn't find Chicha drop back all that often in comparison to last season. If you see the way he played last season, he dropped back far less often, which is great because it's going to minimize the extra running to get back into attack, which is going to minimize the wear on his legs, minimize the injuries. Costa and Cabral drop back a lot.
I feel like it's the purpose of him coming back because there is a lot of space between him.
That's the issue.
And that midfield.
Yeah.
But him dropping back to receive a ball, to pass it off to one of the guys on the wings, then to him coming. That's what you want him to do.
But that's where
because then your wingers or your midfielders are gonna slip him in the ball when he that 1-2 and then get him into a good attacking position.
That's where it's important that someone with at least what should be the legs of Efrain Alvarez gets up to speed really quickly with this season, gets going, and hopefully earns that starting spot. For anyone who thinks I don't like him, I genuinely hope Efrain earns that starting spot by the end of the year, but legitimately earns it, not marketing earns it. Because of the gap between the 4-2 and the 1-3, you're going to need that cam, essentially, and those two defensive midfielders to do a lot of running. Revolution does a lot of running. Mark Delgado does a lot of running. Vasquez can't really be asked to do that much running at this point. And Efrain Alvarez is that's going to be imperative that he does a lot of running. Cabral and Costa, because tactically and formationally, the way that they're set up, they're going to have to drop deep to find the game and to help out on defense when the opposition has the ball. It's going to be necessary. I don't really care about Costa running. I don't really care about Cabral running. He's young. He should be doing the running. I really care about Chicharito dropping back and running. That didn't happen that much against New York. Even though he was struggling to find the ball, which shows great maturity from him, great leadership from him, because forwards get frustrated not being on the ball. And you could even see Chicharito getting frustrated more that New York was able to keep him from touching the ball than that we weren't really playing the ball into him, which is good for team cohesion. As long as he's not dropping, I don't really care how much everybody else runs. It's irrelevant.
All right, this one from Utterson.
Scott Utterson. Yeah.
Scott Utterson. Not in Lars and don't have any G friends. Who can I tailgate with before the games? I want friends.
Come tailgate with Lars. Why don't you tailgate with Lars? You don't have to be in Lars to tailgate with us.
No, and you don't have to. Yeah, you don't
have to not be an asshole. And even if you are an asshole, it's still fine.
You know what's a good way to make friends? Bring beer.
Well, here. Let me bring beer. Beer works. Beer's always great.
Yeah. Come hang out. Honestly, you just have to come hang out.
So
introduce yourself to people. People are nice, man.
In general, people, especially at Galaxy games, like in general, people want to say hello. They want to they want to be nice. They want to welcome you in. And look, I'll call a spade a spade. There are two, all due respect, there are two major supporters groups in the stadium. Two of all the supporters group, there are two predominant larger supporters groups. Both of them would love to increase numbers. Go to Ghost Ultras. Go to the Outlaws. Go to the Galaxians.
Try them out.
Yeah. Try them all out. Like, who gives a shit? There's a lot of games. I'm a firm believer. If you have the resources, if it's financially viable for you, use the. You should be a member to every one of the supporters groups. The money helps them. The recognition and the numbers helps them. But if you're just looking for friends, like, catch me at the next Galaxy game. Come fucking stand with me. My kid only comes to the games that are pretty early. My wife comes to as many as she can make. But the kid only comes to the really, really early ones. You can come and hang out with me, man. People walk up to me and say hello all the time. You can introduce yourself to them, and before you know it, boom, you got Galaxy friends. My first Galaxy game, I didn't know anybody. I walked around with this guy that I knew, that I no longer know, rather. And I bumped into Lars and I met them. And 15 years later, you're listening to me talk on a podcast about the Galaxy.
There's someone in the chat.
You got to be open.
Gamer Sav, I'm assuming. I don't know, maybe. I want to tailgate, but I'm broke college student. I'm like, so was I at some point.
Again, yeah.
But you go to
we
Lars
were last year.
Yeah. You go to Lars, you go to ACB, you go to Galaxians, you go to any of these tailgates. Yeah. You don't have to bring anything with you.
Yeah.
There's always someone who's like, "Oh, you want a beer? I got you a beer, man. Don't worry about it." Like,
need a ticket? This guy's got a spare.
Yeah.
Like it just show up. I know it's hard.
It truly is a community of like people who are like just want to be like friends and fans and are willing to be like arm over shoulder, like, "Hey, come with us, man. You're good."
I get that it's difficult, and I get that predominantly is certainly in our current societal setup. It's easier to just not engage, and that's what people do in lieu of like being uncomfortable for a few minutes. They choose to not engage at all,
and it's a little intimidating if you're an outsider.
Yeah, I totally get it. I don't know who the person is in Lars, but they've always had a new fan, new supporter, liaison type person whose job it is to welcome you.
And
in.
The perfect person that went back in our day was Elmon.
That's why I'm like, I don't know who does it now. Yeah. I don't speak for the family, but there's usually a supporter liaison. But again, to Gamer Sav, just like to Scott Utterson, Scott, I know and have met a few times. You see me at a game, like, or I'm going to a game, fucking hit me on Twitter and be like, "Hey, where are you going to be?" And then you come stand next to me and we'll talk and we'll hang out and somebody will come up and then you meet that person. And before you know it, you have Galaxy friends. Like it feels more difficult than it is. It's just, you just got to get started. That's all it is.
There's always going to be someone who's going to be like, "Hey, come chill, come hang out with us."
Yeah, come hang out. Every supporters group wants new members.
And it's honestly an easy way is going to find, the people who are in the...
Go find whoever you know and be like, "Hey, man, I just want to come say hello."
Or anyone who's running like the T-shirt sales, or anyone is in
buy
like
a shirt.
Yeah,
go buy a shirt
and be like, "Hey, I'm new. This is my first time.
I'm new. Fan of the Riot Squad. Fan of V Block. Fan of ACB. Fan of Hold on, let me run through all these so nobody tweets me. Fan of Lars, ACB, Galaxy Outlaws, Galaxians. Sounds like very soon Ghost
Ultra's back soon, yeah.
And any other supporters group that I might be.
Jesus Christ, man, you scared the shit out of me.
Fucking stalker, what's going on, sir? But whoever you're into, man, like, or just come to the Lars one. Like, that's, I don't know if I'm still supposed to advertise for the Riot Squad. I don't know what the rules are anymore, but just come to the Lars tailgate.
Oh, that's a good time to say we are not affiliated and we don't represent the
just started for
opinions.
This season.
I know.
So I don't have to hear anybody's fucking mouth.
All right, last one before we head out of here. This from our good friend Take the Wheel 64. This one says, how much GAM would you get for your co-host if you traded them to another pod?
Who wants to answer that?
Oh, you would easily get like DP level. Like we would get like record-breaking numbers if we traded Chris.
Really?
Yeah. Bro, you made the top 11 of clowns of
Guessman didn't make it. That didn't make sense to me.
You made the top 11 of clowns of LA Galaxy Twitter or whatever it was.
The beauty of that tweet, if you haven't seen it, don't look for it. It's stupid. The beauty of that tweet is this LAFC fan, I don't know if you saw this, LAFC fan made a first 11 of Galaxy fan clowns. And I'm playing right wing, which means that dude, I guess he follows my running. I made right wing. Mers is playing center midfield. Adam Serrano is the center striker, which didn't make a ton of sense to me, but good on him. And if you read the thread, it's got a bunch of comments and a bunch of retweets and a bunch of, if you read it, the entire thread is this dude just getting destroyed. Like I to the point that like, and I went in on him a little bit. I shouldn't have. But you reading, you're like, wow, this is why America has a mental health problem. Like this guy is just clicking people, just trashing him. Like, you have time for this? How do you know all these people? Like, why are you following Galaxy fans enough to even know who a top 11 a Galaxy fan? Serrano is not a Galaxy fan. He works for the club. He's not a fan. He used to work for Chivas, whatever. But like, he's not a Galaxy fan. He's someone who works, but whatever. And I think they had Bailey, the mascot for the Kings is like a sub. So you're saying that the hockey organization that's down the block from your stadium is not affiliated with you. It's the stupidest thing. No one would trade record levels of GAM for me. I can tell you this. I wouldn't trade either of you for any. I mean, I'm sorry to not play the game. This show doesn't work without Ed. I don't know if you guys understand this. I got the ADHD and all the notes and all the stats and the figures and the spreadsheets and all that stuff. Listen to this show when Ed's not here. It's abysmal. I could if I traded you for GAM, I'd shutter the franchise next week.
I love listening to you guys.
It's unlistenable. I would have to close the franchise down the next week. It would be the end. Ben,
I agree.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah, chicken nugget. Come on.
And I'm a vegetarian. Still chicken nuggets.
Oh man,
I would give you the chicken nuggets.
All right, fair enough.
At least a 10-piece.
A 10-piece. What's the biggest they do?
I think like a 20.
So at least half of the maximum of chicken nuggets from, I'm assuming McDonald's. It seems like we just
come on, dude, like Chick-fil-A at least.
Wow.
No,
man.
we're not associated
it's
with
2022.
Yeah,
How dare you?
That's true.
Come on. Not cool, bro.
No, I think I get a pretty penny from you. I get a pretty penny off you.
We definitely get a pretty penny for Ed.
You're much funnier than you give yourself credit. You're a bit of an angry fuck, which might be difficult for you to like. I would easily assimilate into any of those other podcasts because I don't. You get really angry about shit I don't care about, and you.
But that's only with you guys though.
Is it?
I guess.
Yeah.
And your wife.
Yeah.
I mean,
You line in the sand, but it's part of your personality. In general, in your personality, you line in the sand, and then you get like real stubborn old white man, like stubborn old like 1930s white dude about it, where you're just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna sit here until people go my way, and it's like, well, nobody wants to go your way because the thing you want is dumb, and you're like, eventually you get to the point. Now I'm just gonna go in on you.
Thank you.
You get to the point.
He's like, you
First of all,
complimented
1930s white guy.
I don't think Chris has ever complimented me, and then it got a compliment. And he's like, you know what? I got to bring him back down.
Your titties are gorgeous.
I got to bring him back down.
Well, this is your thing. Like you get lying in the sand, and then eventually you get to a point where you realize you're wrong, but you still won't budge because you're like, well, I have a line in the sand. What do you want me? The line's not going.
I just go, nah.
Yeah, and it's like, and then I get frustrated because I'm trying to like logically discuss it with you. But I wouldn't trade you for anything in the world, sir.
Yeah, no, same. But we'd get a shit ton of GAM for you.
Maybe a PlayStation 5.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
a bucket of them cookies.
that's it.
Straight up. Straight up.
Dude, either one of you for a bucket of those cookies.
The churros kind of come off the top rope. I don't know if you've had those.
I haven't had them in the game now.
Pretty good. Bottle of water during a 2 p.m. Sunday kickoff would have been nice. But Don Fredo's like, who's the angry one? We don't have an angry one. We're all happy, man. We're all loving it. You know.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
I always love the phrase colored. It doesn't get used enough.
It's collared.
Collared?
It's an office joke.
Collared people?
Yeah. All right, that's it. We're out of here. Ben,
I do
play
have
that music.
one
Oh,
super
sorry.
quick thing.
Play the music still. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can play it anyway. Super quick thing. Kuz posted this in the large Discord. Looks like Galaxy Night at the LA Kings game will be March 15th at 7:30.
Oh, I want that jersey.
Special giveaway is a special customized community kit with both the Galaxy and the Kings logo. I don't know where you can find this, but it exists somewhere. But yeah, Galaxy Night at the Kings going to be March 15th at 7:30. There's a ticket plus jersey.
It's like one of the things you buy the ticket, you get the jersey.
Awesome. Looks like it's going to be $105 each for the ticket and the jersey. Parking is going to be $28 if that's something you're into.
Yeah.
Kuz,
if you're listening,
Kuz posted.
Extra large jersey. If you.
Sorry, hang on. That's if you want to sit in the 100s. If you're in the Riot Squad and so you want to sit closer up to the rafters, if you're like me and Ed, for $43 you can get a ticket and a jersey. Sitting in the 300s, that's a steal actually for the community kit. Well, it's going to be a replica.
Well, it's a Kings version.
Kings combo. But it's also going to be like
so it's like a black and gray.
And it won't be like a kit. It'll be like I don't think it'll be a jersey.
They say jersey.
$43 with a ticket.
It says LA Galaxy / Kings jersey.
Like I know the Kings got whomped on.
Oh, jersey
Bruins.
shirt. So
yeah,
maybe it was just a shirt.
There you go.
Anyways, Kuz, if you're going, you can give me an extra large jersey. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that. But if you want to do that, you can do.
You love me.
The 300s for $43. The 200s for $85, and the 100s for $105. March 15th, 7:30. If that's something you're into.
All right, y'all. We love you guys. Go follow us on the YouTubes, social medias, all that stuff. You know where we're at. We will be back next week. I'm
we got a little more time going.
We still got some time. At the Zombie13 on Twitter and Instagram.
I do.
Zero Cool 138.
Admittedly, I enjoy this version of Ben, where it's like he used to be like you have 12.7 seconds left.
You would go into the secret microphone. Goes 20 seconds left.
This time I'm like, Ben, how much time we got time left? He's like, yeah, you look, motherfuckers, you're doing fine. Oh, don't put up your 10 now, bitch.
He literally gave us the meh.
Say hi to people. People were asking about you, Ben. They were sending love. Just send something real quick.
I appreciate it, everybody. I appreciate all the love. It was a rough weekend. I do appreciate everything.
10.
Like 3 seconds.
We back next week, Ben?
We're back next week.
You
love
you
you
back
guys.
next week?
I'll be here.
All right, be
Stay
well, guys.
safe. We love you guys. G's up.
Oh, new King Von out on Friday. First posthumous album. Check my man's out. Only the family. Just like you, Ed, my family. And you, baby.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch. Woo!